Listen carefully, listen closely. We are about to detonate malware for the first time. Now, if you're anything like me, the first time that you detonate malware, even in a test environment, your heart might be beating a little bit, you might have the jitters, but that's okay. I'm here to tell you, we're going to get this over with right now. And while it never may fully go away, this kind of feeling of anxiety when you're about to do this, the more that you trust in your own habits and safety when handling malware, the easier it's going to become. Now, I have the PMAT labs directory open to the WannaCry subdirectory, and I have wannacry.7zip right here. Now, what we're going to do is double click on this, and we're going to drag this to our desktop. And we have a password to enter. The standard password for every single zipped malware sample in this course is infected, all lowercase, INFECTED. Hit enter. Immediately, you may notice that this malware sample is not in executable file format. And we can double check that by going to the properties. It is just a file. And if we double click on this, Windows is going to say, how do you want me to open this? Now, we can arm this sample by adding a .exe to the end. When you add a .exe, consider this to be a live sample. So what we want to do is we want to right click on this, and we're going to take a nice big deep breath, and we're going to click Run as Administrator. Now, what I want to point out, and what's common among malware samples in general, is that at first it may seem like nothing is actually happening. There's always going to be more to malware than meets the eye initially. And that is part of the reason why we need good snapshots to revert back to, because do you know if WannaCry just installed itself as a persistent binary? Do you know if it made a service? Do you know if it changed a registry key somewhere? Now, we start to see some of the actual symptoms of this infection. It looks like they got Cosmo, and if we try to open Cosmo here, we're going to get we cannot open this because it appears corrupted. And we see some other things here, wannadecryptor.exe. We see the WannaCry extension is now on our files. And we see this super scary background picture that's been unpacked, and it's going to actually change on the background here in a second. But the fact remains that at first detonation, we may see some symptoms of a malware infection, but we don't see everything. And even furthermore, there might be examples of malware that nothing happens at all to the human eye. Now, it looks like this is pretty obviously ransomware, right? We see the background here and it says, oops, your files have been decrypted. But let's say we double clicked on a piece of malware and nothing happened at all. How would we know what was going on? And let's say that we ran it again. Do we know that anything changed from the first time that we ran it? So it's very important that we have good snapshots to revert back to, and I hope that this illustrates that point. We now have a fully encrypted hard drive full of files that are completely useless to us until we fork over some Bitcoin to a particular address. So this is bad, of course, and if you see this Monday morning when you go into your office, you're probably just gonna walk right back out the door, right? But we are smart analysts, and we have the snapshot to revert back to. You see that I have my pre-detonation snapshot here. And so what we'll do, now that we've seen our little show here, is that we will exit out of this VM. We're going to power off the virtual machine, and we can actually check this box that says Restore Current Snapshot Pre-Detonation. And when you click this will get rid of the current state and revert it back to the pre-detonation snapshot. And if we start up again, we restore the virtual machine state, and look at this. It's like it never even happened. If we get rid of this, we can open up Cosmo again, and there he is. And it looks like our machine is completely back to normal. And so I want to underscore the importance of this because it's incredibly important for an analyst to be smart and safe when they're handling their malware like this, but also it aids in the discovery of the facts related to this malware. Did it install itself as a persistent binary? Did it install a service? Has it changed any registry keys? If you run it multiple times, do different things happen? These are all fantastic questions, and we need good snapshots to revert back to if we're going to answer these. So I hope that that was an enlightening experience for you. We got the first one out of the way together, and don't worry, I promise you that if you follow the instructions to the T in this course, you will not get infected with malware. Now, for now, we're going to put WannaCry away because we don't know how to handle this piece of malware at this point. We don't have a methodology yet to follow to be able to extract facts about this binary. So we're going to put it away, and we're going to treat it kind of like a boss fight. We're going to come back to this at the end of the course, and I want you to soak up as much information along the way so that when you see this binary again, you can take it down, and you can take it down easily. So we'll get rid of WannaCry for now. We're going to start by learning the methodology of malware analysis, which starts with basic static analysis. So meet me in the next video, and we will get started on the real deep work involved in malware analysis. I'm excited to do it. You should be excited too. So meet me over there.